Fox 2.
Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy.
Thank you for watching our show. Say hello to my co-host. Good morning, Beehive. You must be very tired this morning. Beyonce's documentary Homecoming was released at 3 a.m. Well, no, there's a situation because that's 3 a.m. East Coast time. West Coast got it at midnight. And I know a lot of people who stayed up until midnight and was like, where's Beyonce? Where's Beyonce? So then said person went to sleep. And in between commercial breaks, he's going to be watching and catching up.
Yep.
Well, anyway, so it's terrific. You know Beyonce, along with the surprise live Coachella album with 40 songs. That's what you got, Beehive. So congratulations to you. And she talked about the stuff that you wanted to talk about. She talked about her pregnancy. We learned that she had toxemia while pregnant. And she had high blood pressure while pregnant. And she had preeclampsia while pregnant. What a mess, right? And then she had an emergency C-section while pregnant. And she gained a lot of weight. She weighed 218 pounds at delivery. Jeez. I mean, as if she couldn't be more miraculous. This is a walking miracle right here. So, you might wonder how she snapped back. Clearly, she's not wearing Spanx. That's all her. Well, she said that she had to get in shape for Coachella and, of course, for her Beehive fans. So she said that she cut out carbs, sugar, dairy, meat, alcohol, and fish. Well, you normally cut out alcohol when you're pregnant, so that's a given. Although this was post-pregnancy, but she was breastfeeding, so you know, you don't want a Harvey Wallbanger slipping through your boobs. But when you say you cut out meat, this was a discussion in our Hot Topics morning meeting, somebody said, well, they usually think of meat as just being chicken. And I say, no, I think meat is veal, venison, chicken, beef, anything like that. She cut out fish, though, too. So when you cut out meat and fish and sugar, because I don't like to eat a lot of sugar, but you know it slips into, you know it slips down you, and it tastes, you savor the flavor. You don't want to, you don't want anybody to see you do it, but you do it. And all that stuff. I don't know what she ate, but whatever she ate, we need this diet. We need that. And also, you know, while Beyonce is controlling the universe, poor Madonna has a new song being released today at noon. Yes, in about an hour and 55 minutes. Madonna has new music for you, everybody. A new song and her documentary.
No, Madonna just has a new song.
The documentary is already out on Netflix.
Beyonce's documentary is already out on Netflix.
Okay, does Madonna have a documentary on Netflix?
No documentary for Madonna.
Well, maybe she needs to get with them. I'd watch that. Yeah. I mean, she's trying to keep up, you know, clearly, and she's doing a good job, might I add. You know what I'm saying? She's doing a good job. I would rather the new Beyonce music than the new Madonna music, but I will double back around and check out the Madonna music as well, you know. Anyway. So Rihanna is suing her own father if he doesn't straighten up and act right. And I think that this is a good thing. Now, let me tell you something right now, Dad. You weren't so much in my life when I was young. You beat my mom and you had a problem with the drugs. So I sided with Mom. Now all of a sudden, I'm Rihanna and you want to capitalize off of the Rihanna-ism in my mind. Okay, here's the deal. So this is her father. Clearly they've made up, but this is Rihanna as Rihanna that we know her, you know? He came back around and said, oh, I'm sorry, baby girl. Anyway, she claimed that he made millions of dollars off of a talent company that he started, and the name of the company is Fenty Entertainment. And you know, Fenty is Rihanna's last name. That's also his last name. Fenty is the name of her line of makeup. She has the Puma Fenty. Fenty, we know her as Fenty. But he's the original Fenty. She also claims that he falsely presented himself to representatives and signed her, Rihanna, to 15 shows in Latin America for $15 million. So $1 million a show. Dad signed her under the guise that, you know, Rihanna is his daughter and stuff. Rihanna knew nothing about this. So, you know, the question is, I guess, does he have the right to use the Fenty name if he's the original Fenty? Fenty Entertainment. You're with me then. You're with me. I was the only one who agreed with her suing him. You know, I'm sorry, but you know, even if you were my father in my life as a good father, all of my life, you know, I am the popular Fenty. You gave me the name, thank you. Now take this bag of money and go back to the mansion that I bought you and stay out of entertainment. Entertainment is not what you do, it's what I do. And people are getting confused. People can't call up Fenty Entertainment and think, hello, can I speak to Rihanna? You know, oh, Rihanna's not here, but her father is. You know, I mean, even if he wanted to use the last name, all right, because he does have a right, but why don't you call your company Father Fenty? Or something like that. You know, use the Fenty name, you know, even though, you know, they had a weird relationship when she was younger, I still, I wish that this suit doesn't happen. I hope that they can work it out. Rihanna, I mean, that's your dad. He knows no better, you know. And by the way, Rihanna, you keep that relationship going with that Saudi businessman. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Hassan Jamil looks like a good one. He's got his own money. And this is them, well, this is not them in the same picture, as you can see by the line, but they were out together just the other day here in New York. His family is worth $1.5 billion. And he works, so he's not just, you know, some heir living off the fat of the land and being lazy. He works, and she works. Works. And they've been dating since 2017. Yes, low key. So maybe this could be baby. Maybe this could be marriage. I think that this is like a perfect guy for her because they're both busy enough that when they get together, it's magic. You know? The invitations for social events just keep pouring into my phone. And stuff, they really do. I mean, I was minding my own business last night. I was reading my book, you know? You know, I love to read. And all of a sudden, my cell phone rings, and it's DJ Boof. Asking me out for dinner. And just at that time, I got a knock at my door. My foie gras and ting were delivered. So I'm like, boof or food? Boof or food? No, both, right? So I set up my meal while I told Boof, I'll see you over the weekend, pick me up on time. Then I get back to reading my book and my phone rings again. No, it wasn't Boof, it was Charlamagne. No. Charlamagne wanted to take me for dinner. says the night, and he says the time, and I said, I can't go. I'm going out with Boof for dinner. Hold on. So Charlamagne says, well, I know, Boof. Why don't we both take you out? So I said, look, I'm reading and I have my food here. Why don't you call Boof and you also, did he call you, Boof? Yeah. All right, good. So, okay. So I've got a double date. Then I go back to reading I go back to reading my book and I'm minding my own business and the phone rings again. It's Bevy Smith. And Bevy was calling on behalf of she and the icon Andre Leon Talley and the fabulous Sandra Bernhard, and they invite me to a ball. Yes, as in a ball. So I say to them, I would love to go, but I'm reading a book and I've got my food here. You know, just text me the date. By the way, can I bring company? And so they said, yeah. And so I said, well, I want to bring the glams. You know, I want to bring, my glam squad with me. And we go to the ball. You get there like 1 o'clock in the morning. Then you go out for breakfast and then you sleep all day. Do you want to come? Are you that gay?
Oh, if you're going to a ball with Sandra Bernhard?
Yeah.
If you're going to a ball with Sandra Bernhard.
But are you from the ball community?
No, I'm not, but I mean, it's legendary.
Have you ever been to a ball?
No.
Do you want to come out with me and Morel and Robin and Willie? Okay.
I would be honored.
Enough, okay. I'll give
totally down for that.
It's in May, it's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
See Willie, he's coordinating everything.
Okay.
So I'm exhausted, but not too exhausted for a good book and a meal. All right, let me tell you what I'm reading. This book was just released yesterday. It is by E.L. James. Do you know that name? See, not as many, do you know what 50 Shades of Grey is? Okay, see, more people know the books than they know her name, but E.L. James is the woman who wrote all three, that's her. Look, she's got quite the imagination. She wrote all 3 Fifty Shades of Grey. So this is her new book, it's called The Mister. And I'm on chapter 2.5. So I just wanted to read this to you, because, to me, and I love to read, but sometimes books are really, like novels are really corny. Like the sex scenes are too much. Like I thought all the sex scenes in all 3 of the sex books, the first ones she wrote, too much. This one, even she admits, this book is really sexy, but the sex scenes are pared down a lot. And you wanna know what? I said, all right, let me check it out. And they are pared down. But look, you know a good book when they don't BS around and they get right to the business. Look, in the first line of chapter 1. Hold on. Mindless sex. There's a lot to be said for it. No commitments, no expectations, no disappointments. I just have to remember their names. I must tell you, this is the barrette from yesterday's Trendy at Wendy. It also makes a good bookmarker for the first few pages. Listen, I think that people will run out and buy this book because they love sex and all 3. I didn't particularly love those sex books, but I read them because I know that you were gonna read them and I know that you'd wanna talk about them together. This one right here gets right to the business. What happens is he ends up falling in love with his maid. And the maid is 23 years old and I'm only 2.5 chapters in and the maid is already just moving into the house and he's looking at her behind. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Well, it looks like Kim K is reigniting her feud with Taylor Swift in a strange kind of way. Last week, Taylor surprised her fans by dropping hints, pretty big hints too, that she's releasing new music on April 26th. And here are the hints. Everything was at the C down here, 4/26, and she posted on various days there her cats and the hearts and all that other kind of stuff. Well, and the countdown was on her website, including this countdown clock. So she was teasing you, you were into it, all the Swifties. Then this week, Kim announced that her newest fragrance will be out on April 26th. So she quickly took it down, Kim did. Taylor's fans think that Kim is shading the launch date of Taylor. Well, gee, you think? I mean, in a subtle way. Listen, the Kardashians work very fast. And Taylor and Kim have always had like this relationship that's not so nice in a subtle type of way. I think the Swifties will still buy Taylor's album though, and I think that you guys Swifties are drawing more attention to Kim's calamity by mentioning it, because now we're talking about it on Hot Topics. If you didn't mention it, there are a lot of people who, well, okay, Kim's fragrance is $40, and the going rate for an album these days is how much? Like 25 or something? $20?
Like, I would say about 15.
About $15? All right, well, if you had to choose between one or the other, would you do 40 for the Kim fragrance? If you only could buy one, clap if you do Kim. Okay. Clap if you're all about Taylor Swift. Let me tell you what I observed from my perch. There were more claps for Kim. There were less claps for Taylor, not many, but less claps for Taylor in my audience. However, what you guys did to ramp it up and make it seem like there were a lot is you went, woo! You can't fool me. Clap if you don't give a damn. Blac Chyna's former landlord is suing her, allegedly, if she doesn't pay the $48,000 that she owes him. Okay. In 2017, Chyna rented a home in Studio City, California. I don't exactly know where that is, but I gotta tell you something. That is some kind of gorgeous backyard, isn't it? I especially like the greenery between the tiles. It's pretty. Anyway, little skinny lawnmower. Anyway, 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. The place costs $16,000 a month. Gee, from the pole to fabulousness, right? There's so many ways to come up these days. Is her father in her life?
Blac Chyna's father?
Yes.
No, he's not.
Yeah. You know, if you're the father of a baby, you got one job. Be a good example and keep your daughter off the pole. Just keep her off the pole. Because it doesn't always end up so good. I mean, if you consider this good, then great. The landlord is claiming that her lease expired at the end of March of 2019. And she left the place in November. So she didn't even wait till March. And then she stopped paying rent. And so he's claiming that she owes her for damages as well. Allegedly, she took light fixtures and stuff. No home training. I gotta tell you something. She's no longer getting that $20,000 a month in child support from Rob. We talked about that. And when you really think about it, what does Chyna do? She does make appearances at regular clubs and strip clubs. She's been known to jump the pole every once in a while, even today, even these days, but she's making a lot of money. I mean, if you feed off of money, then she's made it to you. She's made it. So last night, she posted this video, right? She's posting this video, seemingly smushing everything in the landlord's face. Would you think that? Or maybe your face says average people that, look, I can get a place for $16K a month. I can take the fixtures, allegedly. I can stiff him, allegedly, for the money. And I can have 5 luxury cars on my driveway. Which one will I drive? Which one will I drive? Here's the thing. Blac Chyna's relevancy is being talked about by people like us and people like Bevy and people, you know, people talking about her. And so she timed it right and we're talking about her. So I think that what she'll do is she'll pay that later on today. She just wanted the mention. The mention here was more important. She'll pay that probably before the show was over, you know? Oh, speaking of which, we've got more great show for you today, everybody.